Welcome to the Solid Sound Podcast, where we talk about our favorite musicians for all over the world. This podcast is going to be baby metal, just baby metal. So if you're not here for baby metal, I'm sorry, it's just going to be baby metal talk today. Non-stop all day. What was I going to say? Oh, the chop suey thing. The System of a Down thing. Where did that all started? Because you put up a montage of a bunch of people singing chop suey across Europe, right? It happened in the U.S. also. Everyone did the same thing. They sung that song here at Irving.
It started, I'm not sure, but I've seen one fan cam at New York last year when the crowd were singing chop suey as well. But I don't think it happened at every show. For Europe, it started in Brussels, which was the first show of the tour in Europe.
Gotcha. I filmed that whole thing, so I'll send it to you. There were some other songs that they were singing too, but when chop suey came on, everybody was doing it. So I was wondering if there was like some connection there, or if there was something happening with that, or what was going on.
No, not as far as I know. I think people just really love that song in general. It's a great song.
Liffy said chop suey is a long-standing tradition at metal shows. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, at metal shows in general. Okay. I didn't know. I'm not metal enough to know this.
When I was at the Sim concert, there was emo songs being all sung at the same time. It was Fall Out Boy. Everyone was singing Fall Out Boy. I've seen that at other shows.
Emo songs.
Yeah, but it was like it was every song, like any song that was really big, everybody was singing it. But at the baby metal one, you could hear like little, like when Korn came on, they sung it, and then when some other bands came on, they sung those songs. But when chop suey came on, it was like all out. We're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, in Madrid, I remember people were singing very loudly to Du Hast as well, and it surprised me.
That happened there too. Yeah, same thing.
Oh, see?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, they're going crazy. They're just singing it super loud. There's a guy in front of me that knew all the vocals and everything. I'm like, oh wow.
That's dedication. Yeah, it's just the big songs. I feel like the popular songs just get people hyped.
I'm jealous of you because you got 2 more songs than we did. I'm very sad. Very jealous.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we did?
Yeah, you guys got Sunset Kiss, right? You had the premiere of that song. So you mentioned that it was
that was just in London.
It was just in London?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you didn't get Sunset Kiss. Okay, I got the wrong information on
No, and I've been avoiding spoilers like the plague because I want to hear it for the first time when the album drops.
So Sunset Kiss was only in London. That's right. I mixed that up. What other songs? You still had an extra one, I feel like, than us. Was it IDZ you had?
No, that was also just for London.
That was just for London. So I mixed up London with Madrid, probably. That's probably what happened here. Whoops. But so then, what was your set list for Madrid?
It was the same in every other show except London. Yeah.
So London was the only one where they really switched up. And then we just found out in Florida, they had Slaughter to Prevail. They had Alex come out. And then we had Jant come out. Which is funny because during our interview, Jant was like, I'm not going to confirm or deny if it comes in. And then the next day he does it. I'm like, wow.
I'm just going to say, let's hope for the best. And the best happened the next day.
Shout out to Bloodywood for being so awesome with me. Thank you guys. They were so cool. They helped me out get that interview. They were so amicable about the whole situation. It was wild. Like the way that they set it up. They're like, hey, we literally landed in Dallas and they said, hey, can you come like right now? Sure.
Oh, wow.
I was like, so we literally just ordered breakfast. We ordered breakfast. We're getting ready to eat. And then all of a sudden I got a text message and I look at Janine. We're sitting down eating breakfast. I'm like, Janine, we got to go. Can we get this to go? We need to go do the interview with Bloodywood like right now. Because they said they would let us know the day of. And I was like, that's fine. Just let us know the day of. But then I didn't hear anything from them. And then my flight was landing at 12. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't. And then, so I told Janine, let's just go get breakfast and stuff. So we're sitting there eating. And then, bam, got a text message right after we ordered. I felt so bad for the waitress that we had to take off like right away.
But an awesome interview came out of that.
Yes. And then we were at a 90% chance of a baby metal interview happening. So I'm finding out the final.
I hope so.
Today I'm finding out, and I'm going to be very fortunate enough to actually ask questions this time. The last time I got hit with, hey, you want to ask a question? I'm like, I don't have anything. I was like, I didn't know what to say.
It's too hot in here. I can't.
I was like, I can't ask any questions.
Understandable.
I told myself if this happens again, no matter what, I'm gonna fucking ask questions. I don't care. It's happening.
whatever it takes to just be there and ask the questions.
And don't drink coffee. That's impossible for me. But all right, so your Madrid experience, you had a lot of ups and downs. I feel like all of your concert experiences are like always ups and downs. It's been wild.
I know.
I feel so bad for you. Tell us about.
I don't know what's up. It's my karma. I don't know, but it's annoying. But when the whole thing is over, you can look back and say, "Oh wow, a lot happened, and I went through all of it. Yay me!"
I think it's always there's some level of stress. Period.
The anticipation.
Yeah. And then you always have a Baby Metal fan that helps you out in these vlogs. There's always somebody that steps up. So shout out to them for just stepping up and making experience.
Not in my first vlog, at least. During my first vlog, it was the opposite. I had people I was fainting and people were leaving me on the floor.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's right. It was the second one, right? Where they helped you or something like that? Because I know you got to the barrier at this fourth one, right? They helped you get to the barrier.
Yeah, at the second show. It was in Barcelona. I had people telling me, you know what, whatever you need, if you feel sick, if you need water, just tell us and we're going to help you. But then they didn't.
Oh.
And then in Madrid, it was different. The only show where I didn't have any downs, it was in Rome last year, Italy.
Okay.
Everything went smoothly.
That's good. What do you do to prepare for these shows? How do you prepare mentally? How do you prepare physically just to get ready for these?
I don't.
See, that's the lesson here.
Face it.
We need to prepare from here on out. That's easier said than done, honestly. I say that every time, and then I always forget something, or I forget to record something, or something happens.
The only thing is I wake up and tell myself, you're just going to have a good time, so do everything that's in your hand to have a good time. And then stuff happens, and you just go with it.
That's all you can really do, right? Just tell yourself you're just going to have a good time. It's going to go great, and you're going to have a good experience. But I did this thing where I went to the Irving show, right? And we had seats. We had seats and pit seats. So I sat down for the first two bands. And for some reason, I always forget that I'm not a person that can sit around. And I don't know why, but I try. Because everyone's yelling, you need to relax, you need to relax. I'm like, screw it, I'm going to relax, right? I'm going to sit and watch the concert. And I just was not having a good time. Bloodywood came on. They were great. It was amazing. And then Black Veil Brides came on, and then I almost fell asleep during their set. And then Baby Metal comes on. I'm super excited. Everything's getting more crowded. But for the first two songs, I was still sitting there. I'm like, this is cool, but I'm still bored out of my mind. I'm like, get up, Alan. I'm like, get down there. I got down there, went with everybody with all the energy, and got into the mosh pit. And then I had the greatest time ever.
That's good.
So for me, I'm never going to sit during a concert ever again.
Because you were aiming for the pit. I understand. Yeah. In my case, the only kind of planning you have to do for the show, if you want to get the barrier, is just get there as early as you can. That's the only planning.
Yeah. Which you got
I was there
screwed out of this last time.
Yeah. Yeah. I did everything I could to be there as early as possible. I got there at 6 a.m. and there were already people, I don't know, probably queuing since 2 in the morning, because that's what happened in my previous Madrid and Barcelona shows. Since 2 in the morning.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow. I will never do that again. I did that for the bandmate concerts, and I'm not going to do it again, because I'm like,
why not?
I literally die. I think it's different here in the States, because I was watching your vlog, and it seems, nothing against everybody that's Baby Metal fans in the United States, but damn, we are boring as fuck. Like, compared to everywhere else. I was watching your vlog, I'm like, man, they look like they're having a blast. There's people doing Baby Metal dances outside. There's merch being passed around in the US. I got some merch. Some people did it, which thank you so much for the merch that you did give us. But man, you guys are all so much more creative. Like, with the merch, especially you, with everything that you were giving away. I'm like, damn, I want to go to the Madrid concert. That looks so much more fun. And I think it's like a 14,000 capacity for your guys' venue, and ours was like 8,000. It's like there's a big difference in number of people. I think you have way more people at your guys' show.
I don't know, really.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't check the capacity. But you say that about Madrid, but I don't think the other countries in Europe, other than maybe London, because that was a huge show. But I don't think the gift exchanging isn't as prominent in the rest of the European countries. At least it wasn't the case when I went to Rome. There weren't nearly as many amount I got in Madrid.
I agree with you because my first show was in Austria or outside of Austria for BABYMETAL Sabaton. I don't remember gifts at that show at all.
Yeah, but that wasn't BABYMETAL headlining, so it makes sense.
True. But don't they still give out gifts even if they're not headlining? I guess that is the big difference, huh? When I first saw BABYMETAL,
I don't know.
Headlining. Yeah. That was a crazy concert, too. That was a crazy concert.
Yeah, for me, since you were talking about the difference between the US and Madrid, at least, I always say this, but for me, 50% of attending a BABYMETAL show is about the queuing time. So I don't just go there early to get the warrior spot, but because I want to be there for a long time to meet other people and give gifts and get gifts and just hang around, meet people for the first time. But if you just show up 1 hour before doors open, you're not going to have that chance, that experience.
See, I'm totally with you on that, but how about 3 hours ahead of time? Not 10.
It's not enough.
It's not. But I have a feeling it might be different because there wasn't a lot of people in the queue time for us. We got there about 4 hours early because we had the interview with Bloodywood around 2. And we only saw like a handful of people in the queue line. But again, that's just a thing in the States. We're more inclined to not be there that early.
To chill. Chill.
But there is some chilling. There was some talking back and forth with fans. But if I compare it to a bandmate concert's a totally different beast. Everyone knows each other. It's a way more tight-knit community for bandmate concerts. With BABYMETAL concerts, I think since they're so big, there's a more vast variety of fans, where with bandmate it's like very condensed. Everybody knows everybody kind of thing. And that happens at the BABYMETAL concerts too. The BABYMETAL concert in Austria, there was a lot more people I was hanging out with as far as fans and stuff. There was a lot more people got together. There was like 12 of us just hanging out, going sightseeing together, and then we went to the concert. That was an awesome experience. I'll never forget that. That was really cool.
That sounds really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to do that again. I want to go to Europe again because it was really fun meeting up with everyone.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Spanish kitsunes are on a way different level. Another level when it comes to queuing. Because I attended other shows, right? I was in Italy and Argentina. Argentina was a festival, but still, the Spanish kitsunes are way more hardcore when it comes to getting there early for the queuing. Like I said, they were in my first Spain show for BABYMETAL. There were people there at 2 a.m. In other countries, that wasn't the case. Probably like at 6, 8, maybe 10 in the morning, they started to show up more. But Spain, no, they take it seriously. So if you want to come here for a BABYMETAL show and you want to have a VIP, you absolutely have to get up early. Well, I'm sorry.
I was going to tell you, we're going to go to another BABYMETAL show in Spain. I'm coming out the next time they do it. I'm going to help you get there. We're going to go there, okay? We're going to make that happen because I know you're saying you're going to not go to another one for a bit. You got to take a step back. I'm going to help you get there. So whenever the next Spain one's coming up, we're all going, all right? I'm going to help you get there. We're going to go and we're going to have a good time. Hey, to see, I was just mentioning in the chat when you go to the Spain show. I absolutely agree. I have a feeling they're going to be wild shows. I'll probably get knocked out in the mosh pit. I have a feeling.
I can't speak for that because I've never been to a mosh. I've never moshed in my life. And so I don't know how the moshing experience is.
The U.S. is the Japanese fans in the U.S. for bands here, they're so nice to each other. I got to give it to the U.S. for the mosh pits. They're the safest mosh pits I have ever been in, ever. I don't have to worry about being injured or anything. There's a chance of being injured for sure, but it's more like very friendly, just like moshing around. Somebody falls, everyone backs up, helps them up immediately. Like immediately when somebody falls. I think Shade fell in the mosh pit. He was immediately helped up. They're very timid. I feel like my judgment says maybe the mosh pits are not like that in other places in Spain. It might not be like that. I don't know. But I have never experienced one, so only time will tell.
Maybe someone in the chat.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat can tell you how they are who attended the Madrid show. I think Liffy was there.
So
in the mosh pit.
As soon as we find out about our Spain show, guys, let me know. We're going to get this set up. We're going to do a huge meetup over there. I've been planning on it, and I don't know why I didn't do this year. I had a lot of stuff going on. We're going to make it happen, Imagination. We're going to happen. It's going to happen, okay? We're going to get it set up. We're going to have a good time. We're going to film some cool BABYMETAL content, go live and stuff like that, talk about the experience, go in the queue. And I guess I'll show up at 2 in the morning with you. I'm going to bring can I bring a thermos of coffee? I'm going to have to bring like a crap load of coffee. I'm just gonna bring the little generator with a coffee maker and just like, plug it in. And
there were people bringing pillows to the queue and everything.
Oh wow!
Pillows to rest.
Oh, wow. That is crazy. Hadecio said, I guess a bit more intense than Europe, a bit less than Latin America is what Hadecio is saying.
Oh no, if we're going to talk about Latin America, I can tell you stories. No, there's no comparison there.
Yeah. Spanish crowds are pretty chill when it comes to moshing, but they're really loud. I'm not saying this is the same, but I know from just like touring in Mexico, and going to Mexico City, going to Chihuahua, those were some of my favorite band experiences, my favorite performances playing, because people just love music over there. I don't know if it translates over there too, but if it's anything like that, I know it's going to be a good time, because just like everyone's over there, everyone's just so generous. They're like just generous, always helping each other out compared to other places in the U.S. where you go in, where it's like everyone fend for themselves kind of thing. So those were some of my favorite concerts. I'll never forget it. This is the only time that I ever moshed while playing a guitar solo. Is hilarious. Crowd surfing. It was really fun time. I want to get over there again and play. I love playing for those crowds. They're absolutely bananas.
You should go to a concert in Argentina.
Yeah.
Whole other level.
Whole other level?
Yeah.
I'll be crowd
for good and bad.
So I tried to go crowd surfing in this BABYMETAL show, and I got dropped. Again.
Oh no! What?
I always get. I feel bad for. So there was this girl that was near the front, right? Probably you have maybe a similar experience with people crowd surfing it above you or running behind you or something like that. But no, nothing like that happened.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Thankfully.
You gotta be careful when you're in front. So you always gotta look for the people running up to the rail, because you know somebody's gonna be coming behind you. And this girl decided.
Did she duck?
She went and picked up something she was dropped as my 200-pound ass was crowd surfing, and then she was there. They dropped me on her back. I felt so bad. I was helping her out. I'm like, are you okay? I probably just gave you concussion. I'm not the lightest person.
Oh, it killed me.
Oh, yeah. I felt so bad. She was cool. She was okay. She must have had a lot of liquid courage or something, because she was like slurring some words at me. So I'm like, oh my God. It could have been a concussion or alcoholism. I don't know what it is. What it was, but I felt really bad. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Do you need help? Are you okay? She's like, oh, I'm good. But it's funny because the guy went up to the rail, and as I was crowd surfing over, he told them to put me down. Like, he didn't want me to go over the rail. So I think he saw how big I was, and he was like, nah, dude, I'm not fucking lifting you up. The tiny girl's crowd surfing over there. You are a no, sir.
What were they supposed to do?
So when he was telling them to put me down, everyone just decided to drop me. I was like, what? I was like,
they took it literally.
Put him down. It's okay. Jaluka, I tried crowd surfing 4 different times, and it was dropped every single time. On the floor. That hurt. That was bad. It hurt my lower back pretty bad.
You got the wordgasm treatment at a BABYMETAL show.
The what treatment? What is that?
Oh, you don't know about that?
Tell me about it. About it.
When Wordgasm was opening for BABYMETAL in Europe, the guy was crowd surfing in Amsterdam. Was it Amsterdam? It was in the Netherlands, and they dropped him.
Oh.
Really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he had bandage or something on his arm, but his arm was fucked up.
Oh, no.
And he still performed.
Wow, that's crazy. So he hurt his shoulders, Liffy says, is in the chat. I still have the video. That is bad. My fear is, I love doing the crowd surfing, but my fear is to be dropped right at the rail or something, and my head just like bounces off the rail. 'Cause that's happened to people.
Yeah.
That's happened to people where somebody will get so close and then they just like fucking drop them. That's why I try to go feet first. I can see what's happening, but if you're going head first, you don't know. What if they drop you like at the rail? Because there's been people that have fallen and bounced their back of their head off of the bar, and I'm like, that's scary. I probably shouldn't do it
There's
at all.
always a risk.
It's so fun though. You gotta try it once.
I'm light. I can probably do it.
You'll be fine. You'll make it. I probably shouldn't do it. I need to like either just lose tremendous amount of weight or something first before I do any more crowd surfing. But I'm glad that your show ended up going the way it did. Was there any highlights that you didn't mention in like your vlog video that you forgot to talk about that you want to share with everyone?
The highlight for me while queuing was probably one of the this girl who manages the Baby Metal Spain account on Twitter and stuff. She was spraying my face with water because it was so hot, and that was the highlight for me. Oh my god, I feel alive again.
That's awesome that they had that there. Was it, how hot was it?
I don't know. It was not 30 degrees, but probably close to that, 26, 28 degrees. We were queuing in the morning. It was pretty cold for me. Other people would say it wasn't cold, but I'm a Caribbean girl and it was cold for me. And then it went from cold to super hot in the same day.
What are some challenges you have when you're vlogging, like beyond the concert itself, or like trying to get all the videos and stuff, from filming to editing to managing, like the expectations, what you got to deal with? Do you plan for that part of it, or is it just off the whim? This is what I'm going to film. This is what I'm going to set up for, or how do you go about that?
No, I don't go with any particular planning in my head. I just take my phone out when I see something that I like, that I see something that maybe might be interesting to add to the vlog. Like when the cover group, dancing group came out, I thought, oh, this is a nice moment to film and stuff. But there were so many little details that I missed that I didn't get to record either because I wasn't there or because I wasn't fast enough to take my phone out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are spontaneous. But yeah, that's pretty much, you just go with the flow.
So we were standing up front right at the rail in the very, very beginning before Bloodywood went on. And we saw the machines. I knew they were fog machines, but apparently there's a new technology where you get fog and fire. So I was telling Shane, I'm like, nah, there's not going to be pyro. Because I was looking at all the fabric in the back, but they had the pyro like right up front. And you could see there was fog coming out of them. I'm like, oh, it's probably just fog machines. They're not going to do fire. And then we're up front. I had Mosh back up to the front pretty much. I just remember the fire just shooting out. I'm like, oh, there goes my face. Oh, I was like, that was so hot. And you were mentioning about the pyro. How hot was that for you there?
Oh, God, it was really hot. If you saw my vlog, the majority of the time I was screaming was because of the pyro. Because I was getting either jump scared by the boom from the machines or getting startled because of how hot it was. I was like, oh my god, a la verga, se calor.
Yeah, they had so much fire being shot off during Road Resistance, I think is when they went really hard with it. It was like just
Papaya was crazy.
Oh yes, that's right, Papaya. Every 5 seconds. It's super hot, and we were pretty far away from it, and it was still hot for us. I don't know how close you guys were to the pyro, but we had a good distance, but it was still insane.
There were people who were in the back, like at the pit in Madrid, people were saying that even from that distance, they could feel the heat coming from the pyro.
You guys,
yeah. So being that close, I'm used to the heat because I come from the Caribbean, but some people were having a hard time.
Yeah, I'm used to drastic temperature changes. Like when I was in Georgia, like you have humidity plus 100-degree weather, and then being in El Paso where it's been 110 degrees for the past week. It's been insane. I'm sweating right now. I don't even know why my AC is not on. Should probably turn that on because I'm like dying right now.
And you're having coffee. You should have water.
There is water in this.
Fair enough.
It was made with water, I promise. I felt so bad just you having to go through all that ups and downs with the VIP lounge. We had a similar thing, not quite as much, but like they went and tried to number us and everything. There's always a fan there that helps number us, but I've noticed with Baby Metal concerts that goes out the window right away. Nobody could figure out the line whatsoever. It was all over the place. We're like, where does the VIP
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're like, where does the VIP go? We had 2 lines started. Like one person was like, that's the VIP line. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. The line's all the way out there. And then the closer one, they're like, yeah, this is the VIP line. And I'm like, which one is the freaking VIP line? I don't know which one we got to go to at this point. So when I was hearing your story, when you guys were all lined up, I couldn't believe that they were waiting so last minute to let you guys in. Because for us, they let us in 2 hours early. because they had a merch stand outside, so everyone could get their merch ahead of time. So a lot of us got our merch ahead of time, but then they had more merch inside. So that was pretty cool. So you had multiple opportunities to get merch. But I thought it was effed up because the whole point of VIP is to get to the merch early. But technically anyone could have got the merch early because they had a whole merch stand outside. It was genius, but I don't know. They kind of rip people off here when you're paying for that extra incentive to get in early.
I thought the reason why most people paid for VIP was because they wanted to be as close to the stage as possible.
That is.
I thought the merch was like in second place.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's what it should have been. That's what it should have been. So for us, they let us all in to go around and get merch and stuff. And I was like, okay, you guys are letting us in now to go get merch and everything, but you had a merch stand outside, so anybody can get merch anyways, out in the sun, of course. But I guess, oh, cool, we get air conditioning for literally 30 minutes, Imagination. 30 minutes. That's all we got. And then they rounded us up like cattle and just shot us outside in the smoking section. And at that point, nobody has their line. Everyone that queued there early got screwed because everyone just jumbled up. And then it was so hot out. All the numbers came off our hands. They couldn't even write on me. I'm so freaking greasy. They couldn't even write that. I'm always like sweating, so they couldn't even get it written down on me. But yeah, the line thing went out the window. So it was like a crapshoot if you were going to get the rail or not. However, we had a very long section to get on the rail.
In that case, if it wasn't because of the Spanish kitsunes, the fans, our experience would have probably been the same for the queuing because the venue did such a terrible job. The venue staff were all over the place. They didn't have the correct info, and like you said, they waited until the very last minute to let us in. It was super unorganized. And this is when the fandom comes in with a very important role because the Spanish kitsunes were amazing. They were super organized. I've never seen any other fandom be as organized, so focused on the thing, and also fair, because that's the other thing. Anyone can come in and try to organize things, but the thing is that they respect the order, they respect the positions, and they will always try to help you in any way they can. They don't come in with this idea of maybe if I don't tell them I can get a better spot and stuff, because that happens a lot. But no, it's organized and fair, and they are always paying attention, which is something that the venue never did. Never, even at the moment when we were supposed to get in. So if you come to Spain, that's not going to be a problem.
What was there? So you were mentioning in the vlog that they literally were just saying, oh, we'll just wait. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, do they know what these fans paid for? Like the whole point of the early access. You guys paid for early access for those VIP tickets, correct?
Yeah, but it wasn't that early. It was like a half an hour before. We got in half an hour before the rest.
That's what I mean. It should have been 2 hours ahead. Normally it's like an hour or two.
No, but that comes in the description. They tell you when doors are supposed to open for these and for this section and so on. So it's only half an hour.
It's only half an hour. That's so little amount of time to do anything. Literally, like it'd be so hard just to get anything done.
But in our case, it wasn't even half an hour. They told us we would get in just 15 minutes before the first opening act would start. Yeah. So not even 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why didn't they honor the whole 30-minute setup? Did they not? Did those promoters not look at the ticket setup?
The venue sucks. The venue staff sucks. And it wasn't the first time that they didn't go according to plan. When I went to the other Madrid show in 2023, they opened the doors, not late, but 10 minutes before doors were supposed to open. And I wasn't in the queue at the time because I thought, I have 10 minutes. I can go grab something and come back. And I almost lost my spot again because of that. Have to come back running. So yeah, they don't honor the schedules.
It's one of those things you just gotta stay there and just try to not. You don't know what could happen. Yeah. Right? You don't know if it could go early or not early. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we had the fire marshal come in and kick us out and stuff. It was wild. It was wild. I still don't even know what really happened with the fire marshal because we weren't over capacity or anything. Like it was just the VIP fans that went in. So it was really strange that they just herded us back outside to go back in. We were all laughing about it, though. We all were like talking crap about it, and it was like
maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know, but my only advice, yes, is don't trust what the venue staff says and stay lining up, stay in the queue as much as you can.
Yeah, they have
even if you have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, they have no clue what to talk about. Yeah, bring buckets for the restroom, water bottles, bring a sheet so you can cover. Somebody's saying people were crowd surfing with air mattresses. That's effing genius. So yeah, you talked about some interactions with Moa and Momo, right? During your
yes.
Yeah. Can you describe to us how did that feel like from your perspective, like being there when that happened? And how much does it mean to you as a fan? Because I love hearing this from other people because it does mean a lot to interact with your fans. And I think it's a thing that I preach to other bands and performers. Interact with your fans. Don't just stand there, do something with the fans. So as a fan, how did you feel about that?
Wow. I don't know how to describe it. I just think it's funny the difference between when I react to Momo's interactions and Moa's interactions. Because with Momo, she's always on, right? She's always smiling and waving, even if it's just 2 seconds of crowd interaction, she does something, and it's kind of expected in a way. But with Moa, you never know what to expect with Moa. No. She's always, her vibes are so different depending on the show or depending on the song. And sometimes she doesn't interact with you at all, and sometimes she does a lot, and you never know what to expect. So when Momo interacts with me, I scream. I scream because it's Momo. And when Moa interacts with me, I just go silent because I can't believe that it's happening. Because you never know what to expect. It's like my soul was leaving my body at the moment and you can't hear me screaming. And then people say, oh, she probably doesn't like Moa and that's why she doesn't scream. No, I just, and there's too much going on inside me and I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, completely speechless.
You were mentioning on our video that you wanted to be there so you could have the Momo simp also there for our video.
Yes, to complete the trio. The simping trio.
The simping trio. There you go. Once I got into the mosh pit and just in singing with everybody, it was crazy. I was on a high the entire time when we got out of there. So that's why I was so devastated when we recorded and then I found out the audio was not working for our video or post review of it, because I always want to do a review right afterwards because it's just funny to see how excited we are.
And it's genuine. Yeah. You could really tell that you were excited. It was so fun to watch. Oh my God, this just happened. I know. Yeah.
Shade was like, you might want to edit out that beginning part. I'm like, nah, I don't care. That's how I felt. That's what I'm putting out. Yeah, I don't care. That's how it is what it is. If you want to get mad at me, cool. It's in the moment. Obviously, respect to all the performers and stuff like that. Everybody was great, but because I think I started off the video with every band sucks, BABYMETAL is awesome. That was just in the moment. It was their performance was out there. It was the best performance I had seen up to date of them headlining a show. I hadn't seen anything like that. I saw them for the Death Clock and tour also, but they switch opening, so I don't feel like it was the same as this one. This one was just different. Just felt different.
What do you mean they switched?
So for the Death Clock tour, sometimes Death Clock would be the headliner and sometimes BABYMETAL would be the headliner.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they cut back a little bit on that tour, but for this one, since they were the headliner for everything, I feel like we got just a better production overall with the girls. And they were longer sets. I feel like it was a longer set. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like a longer set to me. It's just enjoyable. It's the best concert.
It's probably because of the lore in song 3 that it felt longer.
Yeah, they had more of that too. They had more of that in there also. That was definitely shortened with the Death Clock tour. I just think from now on I want to go to BABYMETAL headlining a show more than anything because it's so much better. Because I saw them at Aftershock too. Aftershock was really stripped back also. Man, I forgot how many times I've seen BABYMETAL. I feel like I've only seen them twice, but I'm like, oh no, I've been to quite a few now. It's crazy.
How many? Do you keep track?
I think it's 4 New York, Aftershock, Death Clock. I saw 2 Death Clock shows, so probably 5 times, 6 times. I'm forgetting. But it feels like I've never seen him before. Does that make sense? Yeah, we just went to that concert. Right now, I'm I still wish I could see BABYMETAL because I haven't seen it yet. I'm like, no, Alan, you went to 5 other what are you talking about? What happens in my brain? Have I seen them?
When you go to a baby metal concert many times, you go there knowing what to expect, so to speak, but every time it feels different.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe every time.
Every time. And this was just a very standout performance. So in my head, I'm like, I'm definitely going to headlining shows more than not. It's cool when they're like in festivals and stuff like that. But no, I want to be there for the headlining shows. Those are just out there. I feel like there's more raw vocals and stuff like that coming in. From Sue was on this one compared to other ones where they put the backing tracks a little higher than her voice. There was some instances though that I saw during Dallas where they did put the backing track a little higher than Sue's vocals, which sucked. I think somebody has a clip of that. I was actually going to do breakdowns, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. I'm going to talk about that a little bit further because people were saying about how Sue's lip syncing, but it's a very common practice to sing the song and have the backing track also going at the same time. It just depends on the audio engineer if they want to put the backing track louder or a little less. So some people, some concerts, you get the backing track a little bit louder, and then some you get them a little bit lower. So it's just like the record. That's how we record music also. We do multiple layers of the lead vocals. So what they do when they do live concerts is they'll have the lead vocals, lead raw vocals, but they'll have another lead vocal underneath, but a little bit quieter. Video coming out about that very soon. Just put all the myths to bed about the whole lip syncing thing, though. She was actually singing. She was singing, but there was also a backing track. That's how they do that. How do you feel about situations like that with vocalists having a backing track and things like that? Or do you even care? Because for me, when
I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care. I don't give two pickles. I'm just there for the moment to enjoy my time.
Exactly. Yeah, same with me, especially when you're there. I guess when you're watching a video after the fact, you can sit there and wonder and start debate and stuff like that.
I care in the sense that if she's using a lot of backing track, it makes me worry because maybe she's not doing well. Maybe she's having issues with her voice. Maybe she's feeling sick because I think that was also the case when she was caught lip syncing in Russia in the 2020 tour. That also happened. And people were making a huge deal about it. And I also included that clip in one of my videos. But it wasn't to talk about, oh my gosh, she's lip syncing, but because she was clearly sick at that show. Yeah. And she was struggling. So when I see instances like that at other shows, I always wonder, is she doing okay and stuff? But not because I care if she's lip syncing or not. I still enjoy the show either way.
I was going to say at the Irving show was their third show in the U.S., so they were still hit with jet lag. Jayant from Bloodywood was talking about, he's, oh yeah, jet lag is hitting me hard. So they were probably still going through the ringer, going from Europe and then coming out over here. It's not easy. It's very taxing. It's very hard to keep your energy up, especially when you're doing choreography and singing. I feel like you have to have backing tracks when you're doing all of that stuff. And the reason why is because there's a lot of breath control you need to have when you're singing and doing vocals and dancing at the same time. And sometimes you can't hold out the notes as long because you need to take your next breath before the next one. So sometimes those backing tracks will help aid that when you do recording layers of vocals, because we do it all the time where we sing one line, but you sing one other line that comes in a little bit earlier. So the backing track helps when you need a consonant to come a little bit before the other one, so it still is on time. So what Sue has to do is she have to cut off a word a little bit early so she could be on time with the next one. So the backing track will actually help with those kind of situations when you're coming out of the studio. So you can get that like same experience when you're watching them live when it comes to the vocal aspects. But,
do you think maybe not the atmosphere, but the temperature at the venue has anything to do with it as well? Do you think it can affect your performance, your singing and stuff with all the pyro and the fog?
Absolutely. The heat is going to be a big factor, and humidity. Humidity is actually good for the voice, very good for the voice, so it's going to be a lot harder to sing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you want your vocal cords to be moist. You want them to be...
All right.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
So when I do vocal warm-ups, I have a little, since it's so dry out here, I have a little watering thing that I have to create humidity where like I'll suck into that or no, blow into that. That sounds horrible. Yeah. Anyways, out of context there, clip that. But yeah, you blow into this water thing and it helps you get humidity into your lungs, will help it. But you can't have too much. You can't have too much. So if it's too humid, let's say they're playing in Georgia or Florida's really rough. That's going to be, because you have very thick humidity, that can be too much. You can't drown in the water, but you need enough of it to keep it like lubed up. if that makes sense. You don't want to be completely dry.
Liquor also helps.
Liquor?
Having small doses of liquor.
No.
My dad uses that. Oh, my dad does that all the time.
No, alcohol dries you.
Before every show. Whoop.
No. So a lot of people do that to calm their nerves. Jayant talks about that in the interview. He has one shot before he plays that calms the nerve. But by all means, alcohol does not help your voice at all whatsoever. No matter what anyone says, alcohol dries you out, period. It saps the water out of you. It makes your vocal cords.
But all of them?
Like alcohol?
Yeah, because my dad, when he performs, he hates alcohol, and the only reason he takes it is for singing.
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
No. Alcohol, scientifically, alcohol dries you out, period. It hurts your vocal cords because you'll...
He takes rum. Is it rum with honey? It doesn't help?
The honey helps. The honey helps because it helps lube it up.
Just honey.
But the alcohol is not helping. No, it's not.
Oops.
It's not helping. That's a myth. That's a very common vocal myth that people have been saying for years, is to have alcohol and honey, or they'll be like, take one shot to loosen up. And yes, it loosens you up mentally, but not physically.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It takes the edge off. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of singers that'll take a shot, just take the edge off. But if you're being real, it's not helping your voice at all whatsoever. Because it dries you out. But no, having a shot of honey, like a rum shot of honey just one time, that's totally fine. It's not going to damage you. There's the singers that I've worked with that take like multiple shots. And I'm like, dude.
Oh, no.
You're just getting drunk at this point. That's how it goes with it.
I wanted to ask you a question about your show, because the European tour was marketed as an arena tour. Like the very first time BABYMETAL was holding arena tours outside of Japan. So I thought that the production was going to be different from what we had in the past, which it was. But your tour in the US wasn't marketed as arena shows, and yet the production was pretty much the same.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Were there any differences?
I felt like, I'm trying to think, it felt the same as your guys' shows, because we had the whole screen behind them. We had the screen, the platform. For me, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting something similar to the arena stuff in Japan. I know it's nowhere near it. But it's the most I had ever seen. So I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, because we had something similar to what they've done in the past at arena shows. So,
something different, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was much different than what they had for you. And I think the main reason why we got this level up is just because they were the headliners. Like, they were the sole headliners, so they could do whatever the hell they want. Because the two bands before them, it was really stripped back compared to BABYMETAL. BABYMETAL was like on a whole other level when they set it up.
So the only difference was the capacity of the venues? Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, when I looked it up, it said yours was 14,000. You had way more people look like at that show compared to ours. But it was funny because I was looking at the seats and they were all empty, right? I was like, where is everyone? I was like, this is weird. There's not a lot of seats, you know. And then as soon as Black Veil Bride stopped playing and then BABYMETAL was getting ready to go up, packed. All the seats were all filled up. So there was fans still coming in that late. That's how they do it in the US. They'll wait until their band's about to play.
I could never. No.
They will avoid the opening acts like the plague for some reason. Sometimes in the U.S., you still get some fans. You still get a lot because there's a lot of people there for Bloodywood. There's a lot of people for Bloodywood. Actually, that was my biggest gripe. Bloodywood should have been opening for BABYMETAL, not Black Veil Brides at all. Like for here.
Why?
Because they just fit the vibe of BABYMETAL. It would have been a perfect crescendo to how the show was set up. Because Black Veil Brides was good, but it wasn't the same brand of metal that Bloodywood and BABYMETAL come up with. Not saying that they're the same. What I mean by that is BABYMETAL and Bloodywood are very hype. They are hype. They get you pumped up, ready to go. So the problem was Black Veil Brides is not like that whatsoever. They're just a different style of metal. It's very straightforward, metalcore, like riffage, solos, and stuff like that, which would have been perfect as a first band opener, right? So it was a little weird because you had Bloodywood come out, and we're all super excited, pumped up, ready to go, and then Black Veil Brides comes on, and you're like, oh, I just want to take a nap now. I don't know what to do with myself. It's like they just suck the energy out. They're a great band. It's just following after Bloodywood, who hypes you up. It's just weird. It was just weird.
I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks because the way you're describing this sounds like the way people talk about when Brand New Day the Baby Metal song Brand New Day when it's added to the set list. People say it's underwhelming because it's a different vibe from the rest of the songs.
Yeah,
and I'm always mad because I love that song.
Liffy brings it up here. He said Black Veil Brides is just too big for that role. They're not anymore. They're not too big anymore. That's the thing. They've had their time. Their time is over. Bloodywood is newer. It's their time. It's Baby Metal's time. Black Veil Brides has been out of the scene for a very long time. They're still playing shows and stuff, but I really feel like it should have been Black Veil Brides, Bloodywood, and then Baby Metal. And I think it would have been just an overall better experience. Because Bloodywood was short.
If you open TikTok and Instagram, you're gonna see that a bunch of people went to the Baby Metal show just for Black Veil Brides. They didn't even care about Baby Metal.
That makes me sad.
I know, right?
But maybe that's just your algorithm, though. Maybe you secretly.
It wouldn't be. My whole algorithm is Baby Metal.
Maybe Imagination has a secret Black Veil Brides channel that we don't know about. She's a super fan, and that's why she's getting all those comments. All right, that's fair. They are big. I don't know if we ever figured this out yet. Shade, are you still in the chat? We had a negative experience, actually, which Shade got shafted at the front line. So there's this thing that people do at shows here in the U.S. where they'll have their kid go up there to the front, like just barge right to the front. So they'll barge right to the front to get in the front line, and they'll say, oh, this is because I'm shorter than the person. And then, of course, as a respectable human being and just helping other people, I'm going to be able to see over you. No problem. Go ahead, get in front of me. So that's what Shade does. And I looked at Shade, I'm like, don't do that. And then he did it already because you don't want to be mean to the little girl. So you let her ahead. And then sure enough, I knew this was going to happen. The dad, the mom, the son came up. Oh, hey, we need to get up there. Yeah, my daughter's up there, and just barged right the fuck in front of Shade. I'm like,
no, she was the bait.
She was the bait. Yeah. These parents using their kids at the bait, you guys are fucked up individuals. Sorry.
That sucks.
And my friend Janine was so mad for Shade that she spoke up. She's like, hey, so do you guys have VIP tickets? She literally asked them, like, do you have VIP tickets? And they're like, well, no. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I was like,
just like, oh.
It's like, they had no shame. They didn't care. They just smiled and they looked up to the front.
Oh, good. No.
Oh, Shade said that he thought that she was getting a water, but it's a common thing that people do at venues. That is crazy. Yeah, I felt bad.
I'm sorry, Shade. That sucks.
Yeah, I had the rail, and I'd never want the rail again, honestly. I don't really care. And then most of the time when I get in the mosh pit, for some reason, I always get pushed to the front anyways.
You did know that? No, that does not happen to the shows I went to.
Not intentionally either. We just keep getting shoved, and then the circle just gets closer and closer, at least the first two rows. Like, the first two rows are safe, but you get thrown to the third row eventually. Like... when you're moshing.
Oh, the third row. If you're tall, which I assume you are, that's fine. But if I'm in the third row, I can't see.
Yeah. In the U.S., I was tall for the Dallas show, so that was good. I was able to see everywhere. It depends on where I am. In New York, everyone's taller than me, so I'm 6 foot. But so it depends on where I go. There will be some people that are taller than me and some people that aren't.
What is 6 foot? 6 foot in the rest of the world.
Well, yeah, what is 6 foot in the rest of the world? I forgot. God damn it, U.S. I swear to God, U.S. makes us dumb for no reason. Not for.
It sounds like you're tall.
Yeah, 6 foot is what? What is it? Ellen is pretty tall. I don't know what it is. I only know freedom units.
Wow.
Wait, it's in centimeters, right? You guys doing it in centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, centimeters.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna 182 centimeters.
Oh, that's tall. Yeah, that's tall.
Okay. I was like, I thought
sorry, I was like trying to.
I was like, I couldn't remember what you guys do for height. I'm like good with the whole, what you may call it, with the temperature. I'm much better with the Celsius than anything else.
Oh.
But when it comes to height and stuff, I'm a fucking lost. New York, 5'2". I got to stand in the back. I get trampled left. I need to be able to vibe and hit the bar. Gotcha.
Hit the bar.
Ellen is blushing or having a heat stroke. Probably, you know what? Let me turn on the AC. I am dying in here. I'm sitting in a puddle right here. Tell everyone about your channel while I go turn on the AC.
What? No. Hi. It's also pretty hot in here. I don't know how much. Damn it, Alan! Don't do this to me.
I just put imagination on the spot, just stressing you out a little bit. That's what I do. That's what I do. It was fast. See, luckily I have a little remote here. See, it's in Celsius. That's why I'm good with it. All right, that's why I got good with it. I put everything in metric, just so I can be better about it when I travel. I plan for it. All right. I think all my stuff is like that. Luckily, like military time is very common everywhere else, but I was in the military, so I'm like used to that. But yeah.
Oh, you don't do the military time?
The U.S. doesn't, not that often. It depends, like where you do 1800 or 1900. Is that common over? Yeah, it's more common in Europe to say it like that, right?
Yeah, we do it like that.
Yeah, I got used to that because of military, so that doesn't throw me off at all. All right.
Do you think the stage production will become better as the years go by?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think they're trying to figure out how to do it economically to get everything set up properly. You have to have a certain amount of permits and stuff, I know, in the U.S. to get certain things set up, like the pyro and stuff like that. That's why I was shocked that they did it, because that's a huge expense with the fire marshal and stuff like that to make sure it's all properly set up in certain venues. I was very happy that they're packing the venues that they're doing out here, because they're way bigger than the last time they came out with Death Clock. These are way bigger venues than last time. So that's exciting to see. And then we have the LA show coming up, which is their first arena show here in the U.S. By the way, we're planning a huge thing with the Solid Sound podcast for everyone to meet up. We're going to do a podcast before the show, podcast after the show. We're going to try to do a live podcast, so stay tuned for that. It's going to have Champ with us also. It's in November, I believe. We're trying to get that set up. Yeah. So I think for that show, we might see an upscale in production, a huge upscale. And plus LA, I think LA is a little bit better for them traveling from Japan. I don't know if they're going right to there, if they have a break before that arena show. Let me know in the chat. November 1st. I hope they have a break before that show happens so they can prepare mentally for that. And I believe it's going to be an hour and a half set, I hope.
That's probably hopium.
Because aren't they treating it like an arena show, like what they do in Japan?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. If they add like a lot of lore to it, then maybe. But I don't think they're going to be performing many songs.
Yeah.
Many more than they already do. Yeah. Like in the arena show in London, they only added 2 extra songs.
Hey, I'll take it. 2 extra? Let's go. I'm hoping we get... I have a feeling they might push the album out past November. I don't know why. And then so they can do one of the new songs at that arena show.
The album will already be out by then.
I think they're going to push it back again. It's not coming out in August. Was it August we're getting it? I think they're going to delay it again.
Come on.
Get ready, guys.
Don't jinx it.
It's going to be delayed.
Don't jinx it.
Till November 2nd. November 2nd is when it's going to come out. No,
or maybe they will do like they did with when Metal Galaxy dropped. They released it on the same day of the arena show.
I have to do this. I have to ask you this question because it's a joke on the channel, guys. Before anyone like goes in my comment section to destroy, there's a word on the street that Yui's going to feature in one of the songs.
Oh boy.
I had to. I'm sorry. I got it.
Honestly, expect the unexpected.
Oh man, I love keeping that alive. It's so fun.
I hope.
I have this theory, okay? I have this theory during the arena show in LA. We're gonna get Black Baby Metal, but with Momo, Moa, and Yui. That's gonna be. They're gonna have a song.
You know what? You know what? I bless your mind, bless your brain. I want that to happen.
What do you think?
I would lose my marbles.
What would happen to the baby metal community if that happened?
Oh my god. I don't know. We would have a collective seizure or something like that.
A collective baby metal seizure. I don't know. I have this feeling that it could happen. I don't know why. There's something in my soul that says Yui's just going to randomly come back for a random song sometime in the future. And it's not, I don't know. I just feel like it could happen still. Like that just randomly could happen. Not perform
There are 50
live
chance,
or anything, but yeah.
50% chances of that happening and 50% of not happening. So I'll give you that.
Oh, you know what? That should that be one of my questions of Baby Metal? Hey, is Yui gonna? Just kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they would.
They will ban you.
They would not let.
Ban you from the list.
They would not. Yeah. You can never do a Baby Metal interview ever again. Oh man.
Never contact this guy ever again.
Oh my god.
Blacklist.
Tomorrow Man is really stirring up. Yui replacing Sue. Wow. That would never happen.
Give me some of that stuff you're having.
Song 4 with all 4. Oh man. I'm just jokes, guys. Just jokes. I'm sure Yu's doing great. She's healthy and having an awesome life outside of the spotlight. Only the Fox God knows. Yes.
Yeah, because we are doing this on Yui's birthday, at least on this side of the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
It's still Yui's birthday.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up, because I completely knew that.
Everything was calculated, guys.
Everything was calculated. I'm going to have to post a clip about this Yui conversation immediately after this podcast. So
let's have that collective seizure.
So it seems like you because you were a Yui fan starting first, right? But you have transitioned to becoming the Momo simp now.
I haven't transitioned. What is this term?
Oh man, I'm just gaslighting over here.
This is my transition story, guys.
From Yui the Momo.
No, Yui will always be my number one. Because I resonate with her vibes, with her persona at least, because we only know what we see, what they show us. But I resonate so much with what she portrayed, and I will always have a special spot for her. But in the current lineup, yeah, definitely Momo. She's everything. I want to give her a hug so bad. I feel like it would fix all of my problems. A Momo hug.
Hey, you know what? If something happens, I'm waiting for Joe to just pop in my chat and tell me like everything's confirmed right now. You know what? Maybe we could do something like give you a little surprise. But
oh my god!
Yeah. Who does everyone simp for out of Baby Metal? Come on, be honest. Where do you got? I know we're gonna have a overwhelmingly amount of Moa fans probably because of my past videos.
Yeah. Moa is definitely the favorite.
Dicodec became the
overall
most simp channel. No, I think it's Sue. Sue's definitely the most.
No, it's Moa.
It is Moa?
Have you been living under a rug?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Sue mainly. Maybe not. I could be.
No, Sue is the most recognizable, for sure. When people think of Baby Metal as an image, the first thing that comes to mind is Sue. But in the fandom, Moa is definitely the one who gets the crown for popularity.
All right, I'm going to start a poll. Who do you simp for in Baby Metal? There you go. All right.
Momo. It's not going to be Momo.
You know what? 2 people put Koba, so I'm going to add Koba to the list. I love it. All right. Let's see. And Koba. We're gonna see what happens. I think Sue's going to win. That's my bet. Maybe Koba will win. There you go. There's a poll. The poll is running on YouTube. Should I get one going on Twitch? We'll see. What it is. What is it about Momo Metal though that makes you gravitate towards her?
I think it's the fact that she's always smiling. Even when the choreography requires you to have a serious expression on your face because that's the theme of the song, she's always breaking character with her smile. And the thing is, there is a smile, and then there is a smile that you feel. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, people can have the brightest smile on, and it still doesn't feel like something doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in her case, it feels every time she's smiling, it's because she actually means it.
It's authentic.
It feels that way. Like, she's having the time of her life, and you can see it. And I am the complete opposite of that. I wish I was like her in that regard. And I think that's what makes me gravitate towards her. And she just looks like a teddy bear. She gives those vibes. Like very huggable and fun to be around.
Yeah, it's that authentic smile. She's not just smiling just to do it. You can tell she's enjoying the performance. And I think she pumps up the rest of the members too. Even when we're seeing them live, you could tell like they were trading glances at certain points. They normally do that, but Sue looks like she's having more fun than ever, to me, compared to, let's say...
Yes, she does.
Compared to, like, maybe the Austria show. The Austria show was really good, but she wasn't smiling as much as, like, this one. This one's, like, really a lot in comparison to other shows I went to. Have you felt that?
That was the first time they were touring since Momo became a member.
Yeah.
That was their first tour. So I can imagine that maybe there was a bit of anxiety, maybe some trying to see how things went. So she didn't get loose as much like she does now. Like right now they know that they have all the support. They know that Momo is loved and accepted and stuff. And yeah, they were just entering a completely new era at the time. It was the first time.
Yeah. Hey, right now Sue Metal's at 48%.
48?
48%.
I don't trust this poll.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't trust this poll.
I'm shocked because this is on my channel. I thought a lot of the Moa Sims were on this channel. I was like, we're seeing Sue at 49% now. Moa's 28.
I mean, all the Moa Sims are too busy looking at pictures of her right now. That's why they're not voting in the poll.
This is fair. I could be looking at Moa pictures right now too, and I'm not. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. Come on, Moa Sims, so stop looking at pictures and just come out here and vote.
You know what makes me really sad? This is Yui's birthday, and she's not even in the list of your poll.
Oh,
you know what?
I didn't add her. You're right. I should have added Yui.
That tells me everything I need to know, Ellen.
Somebody said 48% is too low. 48% is pretty high. That's double Moa's number right now at 27%. I should have put Yui. Hey, Koba's got a 9%, okay? Koba's there. People voted for Koba.
I eat something.
Everyone, we got some Koba Simps. All right. Anything you want to tell everyone before we end this podcast off? Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Guys, stick around. I'm going to do some reactions and stuff later on Twitch. Make sure you go follow us over on Twitch. I'm going to check out those Baby Metal performances in Florida. And hopefully I'll have some news from Joe by then. So follow me on Twitch. Go over there so I can let you guys know about that. If you want to submit a Baby Metal interview question, join our Discord server right now. I have a section for that. And you just put in your questions. I will give you all the credit for it. I'll put it at the bottom of the interview and things like that for you. Go do it. Go give us some good questions, maybe some that we want to think of. And yeah, anything you want to tell everyone, what you got going on, what you got coming up? More solid podcast interviews. Got it. No,
just keep on supporting Baby Metal. That's all.
There you go. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. And I mean, it's been so awesome just like talking with you throughout your journey on your channel.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had a talk.
Yeah, it's always good talking to you. I love doing it. We have to do it more often. And I can't wait to go see you in Spain and watch a Baby Metal show together. That'd be awesome. We're going to make it happen. So we just need to find out when they're going to do that again. So Baby Metal immediately go back out on tour next year so we can see more shows.
Crossing my fingers.
All right. You all have a great one. See you all in the next one. See you over on Twitch. I'll be live in a second. I just got to go check in on some things. See you.
Bye-bye.
That was a clip from the Solid Sound podcast that we do live every Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Check out the full podcast for this clip right here. See you all in the next one. See you.